You guys ready? Let's go.
All right.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Mike. It's that time again.
Uh-oh, are we echoing?
Oh, are we?
Nope.
I don't hear
Is the
echo.
sound good outside in internet world?
Does it sound okay?
Must.
All right.
It's very quiet in here. It's like a lot of you were out.
Brian Jackson says we're okay.
I think a lot of people were, there's a lot
Sean.
online today. So many people were blowing stuff up till late in the night.
Sean Scarborough says it sounds good.
Or IT.
Oh, IT. I like it.
Isn't that the clown that hides in the sewers? It?
Oh, thank you for that. Lovely.
Pennywise.
Pass the bucket time.
Yay!
Pass the buckets. Pass them back. Pass them back. There we go.
What an exciting crowd we have in here today.
Got it?
Well, hold on.
These are the committed ones, Mike.
That's right.
These are the ones that are gonna make the shift. The ones that show up today. We were somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Phone's in there.
Nothing like passing the buckets to get started in the morning. Thank you, sir. Glorious day. I don't know, Mike's doing, what do you do? Oh, you got the.
They're finding their cars.
All right. Remember, if you're watching online right now, oh, I need to flip it.
Flip it back.
Switch camera.
Flip it real good.
Flip it. There we are, and we're centered. Look at that.
Yay!
Remember, if you're online, you don't get to pass the buckets and get your cool winnings. The
Exactly.
winnings are here.
You never know what you're gonna win. There's all kinds
Oh,
of
you want
things
to
up here.
bring that up here?
They're digging for old cars.
Phenomenal.
These
Thank you.
cars cost money, and you want to stay economical as a shift happens. The crowd's coming in.
You get a bunch of shift?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay,
you're late. Okay, this time.
perfect.
If you're tardy, you run a lap.
Oh,
Yes.
I had my English professor always do that. He would make us run a lap if we were late.
Our band rule was for every 5 minutes you're late, 1 lap around the football field.
Ooh.
Yep.
Hey, you could get in shape that way.
Uh,
All right,
Didn't work for me.
mission moment. Okay, we had last week's culture winner, and this is the Ron Steffes Award. Obviously, most of you know what this is, but last week, who had it, Mike?
That's what Rachel had.
We had our very own Rachel Lusk had it, and she nominated. You have the nomination.
I did, well, Shannon's gonna tell about it, and I think they're online actually today.
Okay, so here we go. Michael and Nicole Rice.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
Hi, everybody.
So
So
why did Rachel say they should win the award?
Well, because we shared a fun story about them this weekend. So in our group coaching, which is phenomenal, ask me more about it later, shameless plug. They decided that they were going to help out people who didn't know how to door knock. So they orchestrated a whole door knock
Keep going.
event in their neighborhood and invited a couple people from the coaching program that had never done it before.
Uh-huh.
And they even got a listing appointment out of it. So really cool. And they just really, they are the culture. They
So wait,
show
you're
up.
telling me doing activities actually works?
It does.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
What a concept.
Amazing.
I know, it's amazing.
Oh, well, they do deserve this, and I'm so glad that you nominated them.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Hey,
Thank
so-
you.
No, stay here for a second. Actually, Michael and Nicole, are you online? I thought I saw you. one
I
of
thought
you.
I did see them as well.
Yeah, we're online.
Yay! Congratulations. Since they're not on, or since they are online, we will not text them since they.
And you
don't
guys
know
are
they-
normally here too, the one time.
They were blowing crap up all night.
I know, that's true.
So, the coaching program, what percentage of your listing goal are you at?
Last month, well, now we're back to zero.
You're at 0,
We're at
sorry.
0, sorry. But last month we were at 82 or 86% to listings taken goal.
In the first month of the program.
That's
Go
super
with Shannon.
And we already have one under contract. And guess whose it is?
Who's?
It's the Rices.
Of course it is. You got, man, they've been on fire right now, so.
So if you need help getting things going, and it's not just for basic level, there's different levels
Nope,
of
there's
coaching.
3 different levels. Yep.
Have a conversation with her. She can change what you're doing. Every time I come down, they're doing coaching huddle in the back. I'm taking notes as I walk over to get my Diet Coke. I'm like, I'm stealing her info.
No,
She's-
I've been hearing some
she knows
really
what
good
she's doing,
ideas, so awesome job.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations
Give
to
her
the
a round of applause.
Rises.
Oh, vendor guy.
Vendor guy.
Yes.
Okay, first off, who do we have online?
Yes, anybody online right now? Anybody else wake up early? Trying to be? Okay, maybe
Nope.
not.
Okay,
Okay.
so let's go with Adam McGrath.
Adam,
McGrath, Liberty New School, and so far we haven't had any home insurance claims or life insurance claims over the weekends.
Very good.
okay.
I see Jonathan Rodhouse.
Jonathan Roundhouse, Florida Treasury Key.
I see Sarah Appleby. You'll come up here or stay back there?
What?
You'll stay back here or come up here?
Come on out.
Oh, she's coming up.
And tell us about Casey and their family
Yes.
too.
Give us an update.
So,
I know.
actually, things are still going well. They were gonna try to have a 4th of July celebration in the window. And then when they get home, if anybody lives near them, just be warned because they've already promised to have a great 4th of July for Carson when he gets home. So the neighborhood people, I'm sure they're gonna be completely supportive of that.
But they will help
So,
out.
Yay,
Yes,
that's
yes,
great.
but he's only on dialysis now, like 3 hours a day at that.
Okay.
So,
That's great.
yeah,
Wow.
That's great.
So every time we see Casey, he says, thank you for the prayers, the financial support, all that you all are doing for it. And that's amazing.
Really
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So on the other side, how's business world?
business world is good. Thursday and Friday rates started going back down a little bit. Today that has continued on. So it's all good. One thing I would like to say is, because I think there's a misconception, rates are not black and white. I mean, maybe at some bank somewhere, in consumer lending, yes, but when it comes to mortgage lending, you versus you are not gonna have the same rate. Given loan to value, debt to income ratio, credit score, all of the above,
What you're
So
buying,
just want-
all this kind of stuff.
all of it. Yeah, and different buckets you fall into with the investors. So I just want to tell you that I've seen some sheets go out that say black and white, these are the rates.
No,
No,
It is just not possible.
every person's a different flavor. That's it.
Yeah,
Well, thank you.
I like to think I'm a swirl.
Oh, yeah. You are a swirl. Thank you for updating on that.
also, I think we had Onward back here.
Yay.
You coming up or staying there?
I'll stay here.
Okay, flip the camera, don't talk yet.
I'm Christine with Onward Agent Services, and we do TC, marketing, and database cleanup. And we're located right inside the north entrance door. Our office is right inside that door, so come in, see us. We're awesome. You need us.
There it is. I love it. You can walk right in and get your updates right next to you. There you go. I love it.
So we're always happy to have vendors here live and in person with us. So we're gonna do a drawing. You get to choose one. It's a new month, so everybody can win. Sarah Appleby wins. You get a free no bake cookie dough scoop.
All right.
Don't tell Nicole, you'll have to share with her.
All right.
So we'll get this free.
Ice cream. I love it. Cool. We'll do that.
Brokers?
Do we have Don or Jim on? Because I know you're not
Yeah,
here.
I'm here. I'm here.
Tell us, Don. Tell
I
us
don't have a
something
ton-
great.
Yeah, I don't have a ton this morning. The thing that I would want everyone to be conscious of is school starts in 45 to 60 days. So be conscious of that when you're writing your contracts about folks moving in and folks moving out, because that's going to be a big deal to some people. So just be aware of, when Springfield and Nixon Republic and all those folks go back to school, because it might be pertinent in the offers that you're writing in the next week or two.
Fantastic.
That's one other thing. I don't know if this is still true, but used to, if you had a contract on a house, you could go ahead and enroll in that school district. So if somebody's trying to say, well, I got to get something, as long as you're under contract, but check with each school district. But that used to be the policy most everywhere around here.
Well, it's one of the biggest reasons to move is to
Exactly.
get your kids, beforehand, getting them into the school that they need to get into.
Yep.
Super crucial. Okay, and Jim, are you on as well, or are you good? He's good. All right, and well, I don't know why it's not clicking. We have our special guest today, Mike.
Yes.
And Karen, you're actually on today. I see your comment. She said, hi, Dan Holt. Dan Holt's her favorite. We're just chopped liver. And we're excited to have you on. We are going to be talking about, are we switching
I'm
it?
trying to pin her. Or Nicole, do you know how to pin her so we can see her?
I see-
Yeah, let me grab it.
I see her there. Wow. Your hair looks amazing, Karen.
Well, it's a little humid today, so this is au naturel.
We wouldn't know anything about humidity here.
No,
I had to shave it all off to deal with it.
I get it, I get it.
Yes, is there a way to make her, because she's big on mine? No?
I'm
You just
working on it.
just click, I can tell you how to do it. At the top right corner, there'll be 3
Well,
dots.
you might have to do it,
On each one separately.
I'm not sure.
We run 4 computers to do
Whoever
this.
the host-
It's kind
whoever-
of trippy. But you
Whoever the
can
host
see,
is,
you can see yourself kind of on my screen, right?
yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
My head's big enough, I don't need to be any bigger.
I like it. I like it. Well, we are so elated to have you this morning. We are excited to hear some wisdom from you to potentially today. And first of all, how was your 4th? Did you do anything fun?
It was great. We had a little mass shooting up in the north suburbs, so it really put a dent, but so far everyone is checked in safe as far as we know. So
I did read about that. I was sorry to hear that.
Mhm.
All right, so in regards to the market, in regards to our agents right now, we actually have a bold coming up in August. We're very excited about that. And so from your perspective, you are all over the world of Keller Williams. So maybe tell us a little bit about what you're seeing happening kind of between last week and this week. Anything updates for us on regards to the shift happening?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me also. As much as Dan didn't want me to come on today, Mike Brown overruled, so I appreciate that. I think what we recognize is that many agents haven't had to work inside of a shifted market. And when you have 14 years of an up market, things seem pretty smooth and easy, although still difficult, right? Real estate's not difficult, but it is hard work. And this is the time that Keller Williams actually shines, is because we don't lean away from a shift in the market, or it could be considered a price correction, right? From overinflated pricing. This is when we win, right? When market share is taken, it's rarely ever given back. And at the last shift, Keller Williams grew triple the rate. We tripled in size during a shift when NAR fell backwards. Why is that? Right? Well, it's because Gary Keller and his books and his vision and everything he's always said about the economy has come true. That we know for sure. Right? And number 2 is how to handle it. So the top agents are excited about this market. Like, they can taste it, they can feel it. There's this underground of energy to like just dig in and go get it. It's the middle to the lower producing agents who are scared. Not different from when COVID happened, right? Some people panicked and sat back and other people went in. And most top agents made more money in the last couple of years than they ever had because it was a shift. And so what are some things that we need to know in order to shift? It's like the 5 basics of a shift. It's knowing the market, right? Every day, understanding what the hot sheet to me is what's new, what's sold, what's under contract, and who's doing the business, number 1. Number 2, it's writing a clean offer and negotiating in a professional manner. As a top agent, how frustrating is it to get a poorly written offer? So be an expert in all these areas, right? Be an expert in offer writing, be an expert in submitting an offer and talking to the agent about it and negotiating. Number 3 is making the transaction bulletproof. What does that mean? Right? It's reaffirming to the buyers, if you have a buyer, that the home inspection is for health and safety items. It's not to renegotiate because of countertop color, right? And it's setting proper expectations and communication throughout it. You have to set very, very clear expectations, right? And then I call it like disaster mitigation during under contract, is how do we mitigate any disaster all the way to closing, right?
Yeah.
Number 4 is the closing and the follow-up, right? Where do we lose? Because we do know that 89 or 93% of people would choose their same realtor again, but only 29% do. And so I know there's top agents in your office that are excited for those that aren't going to stay in touch, because more people got in the business in the past 3 years than we have in a decade, right? Those people are probably going to get out of the business. So those who do 2 or 3 or 4 transactions is a great opportunity to go get more market share.
And that's really the mindset shift, wouldn't you agree? That's kind of what we see at Keller Williams and our excitement towards the shift versus everybody else that's kind of like, oh no, it's this retreating versus advancing. Maybe you can talk a little bit about like, why is it that some people, see this as a negative and some people, like, there's a difference there. What is that difference?
I think number one, it's mindset. I think it's number two is that for myself, I came in as a realtor and joining Keller Williams made me a business owner, which that alone caused me to think differently. Right?
Yeah.
It taught me how to own a business, not just be a realtor.
That's a really good point, because I think that really is what Keller Williams does teach you is the systems and processes of thinking differently like a business person. A realtor has a much more difficult time pivoting than a business.
That's right. And I'm a third generation realtor, and my mom was still a top producer when interest rates were 17, 18, 19%. So I have perspective too of we're always going to sell the same amount of homes, right? It's always going to be 5.5 million to 6.5 million plus minus that we've been tracking over 35 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when we have that same amount is who's going to get it? Who's going to get that business? And so if it's not going to be you, like people don't work their database, I want to say to them, I'll work it for you. Give me your database. I'll pay you a referral fee. Right. And so this is where more problems are solved too, and businesses are created. This is also an opportunity to look at leadership opportunities. It was during the last shift that I was moving from Denver to Amarillo, Texas to be closer to Dan Holt. I'm just kidding. But I was moving and I realized I didn't want to sell real estate in Amarillo, Texas. No offense. I just didn't know the market and I was tired. I was exhausted from the last shift. And so that's when I took my journey and went into leadership, was during that time, because I was a good agent. I was a great agent, but I was tired. I wanted something. I knew there was something more. And that's when I dipped my toe and went leadership route, which has been extraordinarily rewarding.
Yeah, no, I love that. And that's actually one of the things I'd love to talk about when it comes to leadership and coming into something like Mega Camp and attending Mega Camp is one of Mike and my big focuses for a lot of our top agents is to make it something where they literally invest in themselves so that they can get to that next level. I mean, for you, how long have you been in the business before coming to Keller Williams? I actually don't know that.
Just a few months. I was rookie of the year in 2002 or 3.
Okay, and then you got attracted over to KW, and then how quickly, or did you end up going to a Mega Camp family reunion right away?
Well, in the beginning, Mega Camp was only for top producing agents, so I wasn't allowed to yet.
I almost feel like there's that kind of exclusivity that helps in a way. And tell me what you think. So you couldn't go right away, but you went to family reunion then.
I did. Yeah. And that was an investment in myself. Right. And so here's the deal is that the way the economic model shakes out at Keller Williams is, where your money is going. Right. And so if you follow the budget model and you have an education fund, right, we go pay for CE classes, we pay for our board dues, this is just a business expense, right, to invest in my business. Number one, the referral network is outstanding. It's outstanding how great that referral network is. That's one of the best value propositions. Number two, that's where relationships are made that will carry you through the rest of your life, right, and the rest of your career. Yeah. And so it's an extraordinary opportunity to go down for 2 or 3 days to literally invest in yourself. And so when people would say to me as a leader sometimes, hey, well, why aren't you paying for me to go? And I'm like, why would I pay for you if you won't pay for you? Like, no offense.
That's a really good line. That's a really good line.
You expect me to invest in you when you won't invest in yourself. So to me, it's just like any other licensed activity is you have to do CE and this is career development and it's a write-off, right? If you're running it like a business, this is actually a business expense.
100%. I love that. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm wearing my All In shirt today because I really truly believe that this for between now and October is really you have to be all in to set up for fall, winter into next spring. So I was going to say, as far as Bold is coming, what would be your one message for people about Bold?
I can't understand why someone wouldn't take it.
Right.
Our number one agent has taken it 13, 14 times, Amy, 14 times. She's been number one for the last, I don't know, 8 years, so maybe she knows something,
Yes.
right? And I don't understand why you would not do something unless you are afraid of the accountability. Like Dan taught me, talent seeks accountability, non-talent sees it as like micromanaging, or non-talent hides.
Mm.
And both are okay. It's just, who do I want to be around? Winners. And I want to be around people who believe in world domination, right? And so for me, it is, if you don't do it, I think you're hiding from something. Or if you don't show up and do it all in, right? Because we know it works. Like, I've taken it 9 times and we do know it works. So why are we not? What's getting in the way?
I love what you just said, because here we are top producers and have been for a long time, and yet continuing to go to bold, even as a top producer, how much more impactful and powerful and implementable for this season going into a shift. I want all my top producers that are watching this right now, that are hearing Karen, to go like, hello, we all go to bold. Like, that's part of.
It's a standard.
That's standard. It's like, duh. And those little things that you're gonna hear from each different type of bold coach, it's not the same experience every time. It's not like going to kindergarten again. It's like going to high school. It's like going to college. It's a different experience every time.
Absolutely. And Eric, I think we had the number 2 most attended bowl last year in the country, 180. So I don't know if Dan can beat that, and Tim, but we'll see.
I love the challenge. Fantastic. Okay. And I would say, maybe was there a defining moment for you that in the last shift that carried you through? What was there something you guys held on to, or is maybe there's somebody that said something brilliant that allowed for somebody that's just getting in to go, dang it, I'm getting in and it's a shift already. Like, maybe talk to that
Oh
person.
my gosh, I would be so grateful. I'm getting in and I'm going to learn during the most challenging time when people are getting out of the business. So for me, it's put your blinders on and go learn how to get listings, because you have to list to last in the business. And the only way you can scale a business is through listings. I would nail a listing presentation. I'd nail closing it, right? I would nail the follow-up and the communication.
Yeah, that is so good. I completely agree. Do we have any questions in here? Anybody that, Mike, you want to jump in real quick?
Karen, I was looking at our numbers and we have about 75 people between live and online today. My hunch is 50 of them have been in the market the last 3 years. I think you just answered it though. What would you tell somebody who's just been in the first 3 years? What should they be doing right now? And I think you already answered it, but if you can do that again.
Yeah. Know your market, know your numbers, go preview homes. I mean, you are a local expert. So I use my app to tell me in the morning, right? What's on around me, what went under contract. I use that. Number 2, learn how to write a proper contract, right? Be an expert in writing contracts.
There's a lot of bad habits out there, and there are a lot of people you shouldn't necessarily learn to write how to write contracts from.
I'm dealing with one right now that almost got faxed to me. That's how painful it feels.
Yeah, just don't be a lazy realtor. I mean,
Yeah.
frankly, right?
There you go. Just don't be a lazy realtor, because all of the lazy realtors are going to fall out.
They are, and we're happy to take all of their business.
The market is what it is. I'm just gonna keep doing it.
I guess I'll just, well, and not only that, and Karen, maybe you can say this, because how many times in a shift, as the public's getting notified, as the public's becoming more aware, as the general client are becoming more in the understanding of shifts and how that affects our dialogue, maybe talk about like, how do we as realtors talk about the shift to our clients?
Well, if it's someone that's looking to sell, right, I'm going to be very clear about what the market looks like it's doing. So knowing the market stats, knowing the absorption rate, knowing how many days, I'm sorry, my dog is drinking water.
Knowing how many days your dog is drinking
Know
water.
how many days my dog is drinking water.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just having a very clear expectation. So Mike, something you wanted me to talk about is called the 4 parts of a request.
Oh, can I set this up before you do it?
Yeah.
This is Karen taught the leadership thing we went to, and she's got so much knowledge resources everywhere.
Crazy.
This is one of the most important things for business, for spouse, for kids, for anything. Everybody take notes or listen to this. This was amazing. Because how many times do we ask somebody to do something and we set them up for failure from the beginning? So this is one of the coolest things. I'm glad you're going to share this.
Okay, good, because it works with sellers and buyers too, right? It works with everybody in your world. So sometimes if we're a high D personality and quite driven, we often like swoop in, say something, and then walk away, and we're setting that person up for failure. Whether it's our client, whether it's our partner, our spouse, whichever it is. So my coach is Debbie Frapp. She's been my coach for 12 years. And she taught me this, and I still carry around the messed up piece of paper. Number one, make it a statement. Okay, so it would say, if I role played this, it'd be, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm sure you're hearing that the market is slowing down. Okay, make it a statement. Number two, exactly what it looks like. So this could be describing something descriptive, an event, or a cause, or a challenge or an opportunity. So when you watch the news that the market is slowing down, that may be true in some markets. In our market, here's what's happening. Okay. And then share exactly about the market in your price range and this, and look at absorption rates. Number three, what's in it for you, what's in it for me. It's basically how we win together. So number one is make it a statement, exactly what it looks like. Number two is exactly what it looks like. Number three, what's in it for you, what's in it for me, how we'll win together, okay? And then, so Mr. and Mrs. Seller, when we price your home right the first time, and you do everything you need to do to get the home ready to sell, right? And just explaining what's the win. We are more likely to get more offers in the first 3 weeks. If and then we do not get the offers or 10 showings, whatever the number is, we are going to reduce the price to this amount, right? Our goal is to get you on to Missouri as quickly as possible, okay? That's number three. Number four, is there anything you need from me to accomplish this goal? Right, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, we talked about the home selling checklist. We talked about what you need to clean out. You need to get your windows clean, you need blah, 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 blah. Is there anything you need from me to accomplish this goal? Right? So those become very, very clear when we tend to speed up to say what we need to say, and then we all leave disappointed because we don't set clear expectations. So I have to remind myself about 300 times a day.
Yeah.
That, when she said that at the leadership thing, I thought that is so, how many times we ask it, not even in just the business side, when we say, hey, can you do this for me? But we don't tell exactly how, we don't set the people up and know what to expect, and we don't tell them why. The why is big to me.
Well, and
It's
to
very
lead, to lead those expectations, to lead the client conversation, to lead where, that's being a realtor. That's being their advocate. That's actually helping them more. So leaders simplify, and that's what I love about it. Is it's such a simple thing.
Yep.
Sellers want leaders.
That's right. That's exactly right. I couldn't agree more.
So Karen, we know you've got a 10 o'clock.
I do.
Any last things you want to share with us?
No, I appreciate you asking me, you guys. Thank you for having me on today. I'm gonna, next time I drive through Springfield, which is often. will
I
stop.
know. When we found that out, I was super mad at you, by the way. I
drive through like every month.
I know. Well, we would love to have you in person maybe next time. And so everybody, please show our appreciation for Karen.
Thank you.
Enjoy your next meeting. We're on to our next part.
So Karen's amazing because she's done the same path. She started with, as an agent.
Yep.
And now she's actually your
She was my regional director until recently for the last, 3 years?
Yeah, she's a rock star. She owns multiple market centers. She has a big team. Like,
But all she does is follow the system.
That's
and
right.
do the basic things.
well, and she's a leader.
Yeah.
There it is.
Well, go back one screen. She actually, I edited this. Go back one more, sorry. BBB, she's a bad bud boss. She had a different word in there, but I thought you got to clean that. But she takes charge and she says, it's the way it is.
That's right.
And it's just cool that it's refreshing to watch her the way she works. So
I will have to schedule a class that I teach called Listing Like a Boss, because that is a great phrase. I love it.
So the first week of each month, we try and have a guest speaker. We have somebody scheduled for next month if we get to that. And I just got an email earlier today that she's gonna have to bump us a little bit. Here's why Bobby House came in. She ran the strategic planning for Springfield Realtors last year. Most of our market center leadership, not meaning our market center here, but the Springfield area, knows her. This is an invite to bring people non-KW in because they will know her name. But that's an election day, and she just emailed me right before the meeting. We got to change all of it. But I did want to still put this up about her. because she's someone who other people in our area listen to, respect, and that's gonna be a great.
Oh, and she was a former cheerleader. It's almost kind of like she
Yeah.
was a leader.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Okay,
All right.
on to the stats, because as Karen said, you need to know these things so you know what's going on.
Okay. Oh, by the way, don't call people that shouldn't be called.
Yeah, don't get sued.
Yep, that'd be bad stuff. Okay, 6 personal perspectives. West Litton, this is happening. That's the updated date.
Yep.
July 27th.
It was $30, now it's 15. Half
Hey,
price.
I like it.
100% less, 50% price.
We talked about Bold is back. We were on the call with our Bold coach this morning, and the 19 will actually have, very similar to Karen Brawl, we're gonna have our Bold coach zoom in to our team meeting. So definitely don't miss that one. And mega camp we talked about. Mike's done some pre-work for you, but they're gonna get more expensive the longer you wait.
The flights keep going up, so check that
July's
soon.
book is the 7 levels of communication. Nothing more important than communication.
Nicole threw the link in for registering for 6 personal perspectives. If you're in the room here, how do we do it if we're in the room, Nicole? Just touch base with you or go on the Facebook?
Facebook page always has all the links that you need that are pinned at the top.
Yay.
By the way, just a quick thought before I forget, because I don't think it's on the slides, is I'm doing Quantum Leap. We had a couple people that joined us recently from another brokerage. They came to Quantum Leap in Branson. They were so excited about it that they wanted to make one for their database. So I'm doing one for them, but it's actually, they are allowing for anybody from our office that would like to come as well. So that's the 21st, 22nd. I can send the link out, look for it. In fact, I did send it out in the internal page, but would be glad to make sure that you guys can join if you'd like.
Very cool.
And.
Okay,
Yep.
Thriller Night at the Ballpark is that next week?
That's next week. I
Next
think.
week. So it's about time to get your tickets. Get them for you, your clients, your team, your family, anybody. Not $10, you get a hat, you get a seat, you're in the shade. It's Thursday. It's gonna be fun.
Fantastic.
Paulina.
Yeah,
Come
ready.
on up.
Come on up.
Come on up, Paulina.
Come on up, Paulina.
Come on up.
I'll
I
make
like
it really
this look.
quick.
It's very Tron.
So YPN, which is the Young Professionals Network. No, you don't have to be young. It's just young in your
You
profession.
can be old.
We are, you can be old.
Old people.
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Example. I'll get you with my
kidding.
pain.
We have been working really hard to put on Rookie Survival, which is one of our most attended educational events for the year. So mark it on your calendars, July 21st, Thursday at 10:30 until 1 p.m.
Where's it at?
Lunch provided. It's at the board.
Cool.
So the capacity is limited, so make sure you guys sign up.
Can I go? I don't think I can go.
You can go.
Can I?
You gotta, you just
Okay,
gotta
cool.
sign up.
And I think I'll be good.
But so what we're gonna do is split it into 2 parts. Part 1 is gonna be past rookies, so like Mal Bailey that just recently won, Laura Duckworth, I think Blake Cook is gonna be one of them. And then part 2, we kind of threw a twist on it. So we're gonna bring in agents with the shifting market. We're gonna bring in agents from 2008 that were able to make it through that shifting market to kind of teach us the strategies and what they did to survive in a shifting market. So mark it on your calendars, July 21st.
Great pitch. I like it.
Yeah.
One other cool thing, last week we had a meeting at the board of all the committees and the executive committee. There were 18 people there. 5 of them were Keller Williams people.
Yes.
We are a third of the leadership at the board now. That's not enough.
No.
I want at least half. So as you see places to get involved, awards and events committee, we're the party planners. Come join my committee.
There it
But
is.
the more you can get into things, the more it's going to help you to connect and network and do things throughout your whole real estate career.
I love that. Do you want me to play this
Yeah,
one?
let's play this. It's only
Okay.
2 minutes. And this is
Hello,
Claudia.
my name is John Mayfield. I'm the 2022 president for Missouri Realtors, and I'm excited to bring you the Missouri Realtors Housing Report. Thank you so much for joining Missouri Market Statistics. Overall, Missouri real estate saw a slight decrease in the number of homes sold, with an increase in total dollar volume compared to the same period last year. Let's look at the results. 8,138 homes sold in Missouri in May. The total sales volume was over $2.3 billion. Missouri homes sold at an increased pace for the month. The median sales price for the month was $249,000.
Statewide.
And interest rates in May were 5.23%. Now, let's take a look at the year-over-year numbers for your area. 710 homes sold in the greater Springfield area real estate market in May. The total sales volume was over $195.4 million. Springfield area homes sold at an increased pace for the month. The median sales price for the month of May was $260,000. The average sales price was $282,092. This concludes the May, Missouri Market Statistics and Greater Springfield Board of Realtors Housing Report. As always, remember, real estate is local, and local realtors are the key to accurate market information.
So for May, for all of our area, the average sales price was $260. For our office, it was $270. So as you're talking with people, point these things out. Use the stats for what's around our area compared to what we do specifically. It shows how we stand out and it helps you get the listings.
How did we get that video?
It should be linked on the Facebook page already. I put it there yesterday morning, I think, so you can find it and then you can share
Yeah,
it.
you can see it right there on YouTube.
Yep.
Perfect. All right, and boom.
Okay. Listings were down, which is typical for a holiday weekend.
Yep.
Looks like everybody went to the lake or went to blow stuff up. Does everybody have all their fingers still? That's one thing I always check on the day after.
I did have one blow up in my hand this weekend.
I saw the cutest trick for kids. Instead of having them hold sparklers, stick it in a carrot. And they could hold the carrot and be a little safe. I saw that. Of course, my kids, we just held the Roman can.
I just shot each other.
Actually, yeah, I had some family members who would do Roman, what are they, Roman cannonballs?
Yeah.
They would do wars. They
Yeah.
would shoot each
Yeah,
other.
we definitely did that. All right, so 516 new though, Mike, I would say that is over last year.
Compared to last year, yep.
But you guys remember, part of the reason why the shift is happening and so visibly is that seeing this number of listings climb.
Well, the number of new ones
That's
went
right.
down.
Right, but that obviously, yes, but I'm gonna say that the watch. Oh, and by the way, 60, that's one of the highest ones we've seen in the outlying areas. Boom. That is 1133, 1133.
So the number of new listings coming in is less, but they're staying on the market longer.
That's right, that's what I mean.
So that's the big thing you're seeing is less homes coming, even in the middle of summer. Of course, like I said, it was a holiday weekend, but yeah, we're blowing past everything from last year already.
Yep. So, I mean, these are great stats. These are great. This tells a story. I was just going over a couple of our agents with their multi-year trends, Mike, and showing them and just saying how powerful the story is of where your business is and where it's coming from.
Yep.
And you get to make decisions based upon that.
And like Karen was saying, be the person that knows this info. This is on here so you can use it and steal it and use it when you're talking to listings or buyers and everything. So take this info, be the person with the knowledge.
Yeah, that's the second highest jump in a while.
Yeah.
So that's a big one. Honors and Awards Week coming up.
Yep, so next week, second week of the month, we always go through the stats from the last week and see which teams, groups, and individuals hit the top levels.
And man, you work hard. Might as well get recognized for it. So next week's gonna be a
And
great
then
week.
use that to show other people.
There it
how good
is.
you're
So you can actually win more. So, Mike, you ready to
doing. We're ready for a winner.
pass it out? You wanna do it?
Let's do it.
Pull the winner? I put everything in the
Okay.
Magic fingers. Here we go.
Oh,
It can't be me.
he pulled
Yeah.
himself.
Come
Nope.
on. I can't do that.
That's against the rules.
Looking away this time. This is a Paulina.
Paulina, who
That's not
apparently,
even a real
With my
card.
fancy business
apparently she
card.
needs business cards.
Wow.
But in the meantime, you can
It's
go
just
to
a-
architect.
Oh, okay.
Yay, so you get the architect.
Thank you.
Sarah gets cookie dough.
It might sound silly, but we actually, on our team, we don't use business cards. We still have business cards, but we don't actually use them at open houses and things like that. I would highly suggest not using your business cards at open houses. Because as soon as you hand that to them, they think they've got all they need and they can head out the door and they never use it again. Share your mobile app with them because what that does is it gives them your information, but it also allows for you to get their information. Okay?
That's the important thing.
And thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hey,
Thank you,
Ron.
guys.
All right.
Have a good week.
Appreciate you. And we'll get one more.
That's not recording.